Hello students, welcome to class 11 physics. In this video we are going to discuss about the components of velocity for motion in a plane of chapter 4 motion in a plane. Explain components of velocity for motion in a plane. We know that velocity is nothing but the displacement upon time taken, and average velocity is nothing but the displacement in particular time interval. So here we are talking about the velocity for the object that is moving in a plane, and we know that the average velocity, right, that is its symbol is like this. Velocity is to be written in such bracket. It is equal to the displacement. So for the displacement in the plane, it should be delta r vector in time interval delta t. So here we are talking about the plane. So the displacement will be in the plane. That means it will be having the x coordinate as well as the y coordinate. So writing the x component and the y component of the positions of the object. So rearranging this, because we know delta r vector, that is delta xi cap plus delta yj cap, right? Because in general we know r is equals to xi cap plus yj cap, right? So displacement will be delta x and delta y. So delta r vector upon delta t, splitting that into x component and y component, we get delta x by delta t I cap plus delta y by delta t j cap. That is v vector is equals to delta x upon delta t I cap plus delta y upon delta t j cap. By taking the limit delta t tends to 0, instantaneous velocity is obtained. We know by reducing the time interval, that is taking it as small as possible, we can convert the average term into the instantaneous term. So the instantaneous velocity will be, instead of writing this delta x by delta t, now we will be writing dx by dt. So, and removing this symbol of the average, we can directly write v vector is equals to dx by dt I cap plus dy by dt j cap, and dx by dt, that is change in position with respect to time, that is nothing but the velocity, but this is along the x-axis, it is the x component, so we can write it as vx I cap plus dy by dt is change in the position with respect to time, that is along the y-axis. So we can write the y component of the velocity, that is vy. So this equation becomes vxi plus vy j cap. So comparing that, we can write vx is nothing but dx by dt and vy is dy by dt. So if the expression for the coordinates x and y are known as the functions of time, we can use this equation to find vx and vy. So from these equations we get the x component and y component of the velocity. And to get the magnitude of the velocity vector, we can use this equation v equals to under root of vx square plus vy square. And from this we can also find the direction. The direction of vector v is given by the angle theta. Suppose we are having the velocity vector right in this direction, and if it makes angle theta with respect to x-axis, then by taking the projection from the vector on x-axis and taking the projection of the vector on y-axis, we get the x component of the velocity along x-axis and y component of the velocity along the y-axis. And from this we can write the direction, that is tan theta, applying the tan function for this triangle. So tan theta is equals to opposite upon adjacent, right? So here opposite is this line, which is equivalent to this line, that is nothing but vy, that is y component of velocity. upon adjacent, that is nothing but Vx. So tan theta is equals to Vy upon Vx, and theta is equals to tan inverse Vy by Vx. So this gives us the direction. Vx, Vy and angle theta are shown for a velocity vector v. So this is how we can find the magnitude of the velocity as well as the direction of the velocity. So students, you may note down this theory.